Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So today I'm going to be working some more in my Inspire journal, and like I mentioned in my last video, I am setting up this journal to use as a writing journal. It's something I think I want to go through and do a certain Bible study in. So I'm getting it all set up, and I'm working on pockets and writing spaces and just getting it all ready to use so that when I have it, I can just take it and go, and there won't be any more crafting that I need to do. I am going to work on making some writing cards today, maybe to fit inside some of my pockets that I made in the last video, and some to just add to my pages. But I decided that I'm going to work with the book pages that came in this month's kit. Because I'm not doing photo layouts right now and I'm just planning on writing in the book, I want to do something to use these book pages, so I thought that writing spots and cards and tags would be perfect for that. The one thing I'm going to use that is not in this month's kit is coffee dyed paper. I have so much scrap coffee dyed paper from making these kits that I have to start using it one way or another. So I also decided, you know, these are great little pieces of paper, and I'm sure that I have plenty to stick them in September's kit. So I am planning on adding some of this to September's kit because I just have a ton of it. I definitely need to use mine up. If you have never made coffee dyed paper, I just want to mention, don't be afraid of trying it. I went months just being afraid to try it and jumping in and doing what I wanted to do. I was so scared to try dyeing paper, and that is just, it's so easy. And there's so many different ways. You just really can't go wrong with it. I do have one video up on my channel where I add the hearts to paper and how I do that, and it's really not that much different than making regular paper. It's just how you dry it and what you dry it on. So I'll link that video in the description box down below if you want to check it out. Otherwise, if you're afraid of using the oven, you can just use your extra coffee in the morning, soak your paper, throw it out in the sun. It's going to dry and it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to just get into this video and speed it up so it doesn't take that much of your time today. So let's just get into the video. I don't feel like the things I create today need a lot of explaining, so I really don't have a lot to say. I do want to mention a couple things up front. I know that to some of you I sound like a broken record, but every time I don't mention something I do, I end up getting asked, so I want to make sure I touch on some things. Number one, I'm figuring out that I love Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink. I was never a big fan of the regular Distress inks when it came to stamping, but I do love this newer formula. There's just something about it. It's my ink of choice now. I also am going to use Fabri-Tac glue today. It's my favorite glue because it's acetone based instead of water based, so it doesn't create warping on paper, and it also dries quickly, which I appreciate. I also mentioned these Tim Holtz stamp sets in my last video that I'm going to use. I have really enjoyed them with this collection, and they're a great quality. I'll leave a link to them down below. I'm going to use this big stamp with text to create a fun background element on my journal spots. I really like this effect, although I do wish I would have reached for a lighter ink so it wouldn't have been so prominent, but oh well, it's not that big of a deal. For those who haven't tried this, don't add your text stamp to a block, and that way you can only press down the stamp in areas that you want, and it's really fun to be random about it. I'm just going to put together some of the paper clips throughout this video with the fibers that came in the collection. I think these colors are gorgeous, so they're a lot of fun to work with. I'm sure that everyone has tied a string to a paper clip before, but if this is something that you've struggled with or hadn't thought about it, adding a drop of glue to certain fibers really helps them stay on the paper clip over time. I know that's something that can be frustrating. It took me a minute to figure out how I wanted to use this page exactly, but because I noticed that one side of my book page was kind of divided into 3 sections, I decided to cut it into 3 pieces and just make little journaling cards out of it. This book page is another interesting one. I really like the image of the plant, and I like the care instructions and how to take care of it and everything. So I'm going to cut this up into a few segments as well, and again make a few journaling cards. There's just something about this book page. I definitely don't want to cut any of it up, so I'm just going to fold it and stick it in my journal. I figure the one side with the pictures, there's lots of journaling space there, and if I want to write on the other side, I could, but I'm definitely liking the photograph, so I just figure I'll journal around it. Now the eco-dyed cardstock that came in the kit. I wasn't sure how I was going to use this exactly because the imprint is so strong on both sides of the paper. So I decided to cut the images into 2 journaling cards, and then I'm adding some coffee dyed paper to one side, the side that was less impressive than the other, and that way I have a clean slate to write on, and I really like the way these turned out. So it was a really hard decision to fold this eco-dye print in half, but I do love the way that it just kind of envelopes a page in the journal. So in the end, I'm really happy with it. Alright, and now I'm just going to finish up this video with adding some scrap paper to a couple of the envelope tucks that I had made in the previous video. I am going to have one more video where I kind of complete this journal as far as decorating it so that I can just stick it in my purse and use it. If you missed that first video, I'll leave a link in the description box down below so you can check that out if you're interested. And be on the lookout for the third and final video in this collection. I'm excited to share it with you. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who have purchased the Inspire collection as well as any of my collections. You guys are just amazing. I can't say it enough. I truly do appreciate you, and I love being in this community together. You guys are just incredible. For anyone who might still be interested in snagging an Inspire collection, there are a handful of them left over in my shop. Again, a big thank you to all of you. I feel so blessed. So I'm super excited. There's literally 10 left. There are still 5 Breathe collections as well. I just thought I would mention that. And I am getting busy, you guys, on September's collection. I don't really have a release date picked out, but I should soon. So yes, I'm very excited about that. So a big thank you. And anyone who isn't following me over on Instagram, I know I mention it a lot, but my name there is cheaply_chic_, and I try to keep everything up to date over there when I don't have a lot of time for videos. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!